BFI Southbank for this very special screening of Bazz Luhrmann's highly anticipated big screen spectacle.
Hello everyone, this is my live reaction video to the Elvis premiere taking place in London right now at the BFI Southbank. Let's go through it together.
Tonight we are bringing some of that Vegas glamour here to the red carpet in London as our stars arrive for this unmissable event. Now, including the man responsible for bringing Elvis to the big screen, Bazz Luhrmann is going to be here, ladies and gentlemen.
Bazz Luhrmann is the director.
Producer, costume designer, and production designer, Catherine Martin. Producers, Gail Berman and Skylar Weiss. And their cast, Yola, Luke Bracey, Olivia Dejonge, Tom Hanks. And the man taking on the role of Elvis himself, Austin Butler. Tonight, we're not only joined by fans here at BFI Southbank, we're also streaming live to you, hello, good evening, in the UK and Ireland. So make sure you're leaving your comments and leaving your reactions because we want to see them. Our cast and filmmakers are on the way, I promise. But what better time than to have a look at the reason why we're all here.
And directed by Bazz Luhrmann. This movie will be a big hit. The live premiere is taking place at the BFI Southbank in London right now. BFI means British Film Institute. The cast will be arriving soon at the film premiere of Elvis. The movie stars Austin Butler as Elvis Presley himself, Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker, the manager of Elvis Presley, and Olivia Dejonge as Priscilla Presley, wife of Elvis Presley. This movie is a musical and will focus on the life of the King of Rock, Elvis Presley, on how he became the King of Rock. As we can see, there are a lot of people who are attending the premiere of Elvis, directed by Bazz Luhrmann. Bazz Luhrmann has directed many musicals in the past, which includes the most famous, titled as Moulin Rouge, which starred Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman. I'm sure this one will also be a big hit. I would kindly have to mute the sound because of the music. I don't want to get the copyright problem from YouTube. Elvis had its red carpet treatment in Cannes, in the Cannes Film Festival, in the 75th edition this year. That is 2022. Bazz Luhrmann, the director, Tom Hanks, Austin Butler, Olivia Dejonge, and other cast members also attended the red carpet at Cannes this year. The Cannes Film Festival took place nearly a few days ago. It lasted for about 12 days, I think, 17th to 28th of May. And Elvis was one of the movies which was out of competition and was getting a special red carpet treatment, which also included Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick. The Top Gun Maverick was a big focus at the Cannes Film Festival. There were a lot of fans out there to see Tom Cruise himself and the rest of the Top Gun Maverick cast members including the director. Also, Tom Cruise got a surprise Palme d'Or from the Cannes Film Festival organizers, founders. I mean, the president, Thierry Vermeeu. All of you just joining in. This is the live premiere of Elvis the movie, taking place at Southbank, London, at the BFI. These are some of the VIP guests making their place into the BFI Southbank. And then there are, of course, models posing in front of the huge Elvis banner for the press photographers. Southbank looks quite busy right now. I've been here many times at the Southbank, the BFI, British Film Institute to be exact. BFI is a film institute, British Film Institute, where movies are shown, and of course you can see as right now that Elvis is getting its premiere. In the past, a few years ago, I don't think film premieres were taking place at this location. The film premieres were mainly taking place at the Leicester Square in central London. And that's where I've been to different film premieres in the past, which includes Noah and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and a few other movies. I don't remember the names of those movies. British Film Institute is a prestigious institute and is located at the Southbank. Just behind these people, if you can see,
Taking on the role of Elvis's best friend, Jerry Schilling, in the film. Please give a warm
this is Jerry Schilling right now on the screen. Jerry Schilling is on the screen right now, giving autographs to fans. Some of them will take selfies with him. Looks like it's a rainy day. Thank God I didn't go there. I don't like standing in the rain. Taking pictures with the fans right now. Jerry Schilling plays the role of Elvis's best friend. Looks like a hush-hush event. Doesn't look as busy as Leicester Square. Leicester Square gets very, very busy during these kinds of film premieres. He would be making his way down this red carpet. He's actually, I think, making his way from behind from the side of the British Film Institute. Jerry Schilling posing for the press photographers right now. If you guys are enjoying this, kindly subscribe to my channel and support me by liking this video and sharing it with everyone. This was Jerry Schilling, who just made an appearance at the red carpet. He's still on the red carpet right now, standing in front of the huge Elvis banner. Looks like a very, very smart man. Good looking man. Jerry Schilling posing for the cameras right now. Being guided and instructed at where to stand and where not to stand. This happens, I think, at every film premiere. This compared to the Cannes Film Festival, which took place nearly a week ago. Compared to Cannes Film Festival, this red carpet treatment is very, very quiet. For these kinds of premieres, you have to go early in the morning, the day before the film premiere takes place, and someone from somewhere
Please give
gives
a warm welcome to one of the movie's producers. It's Skylar Weiss.
gives a handband so that you can make your way into the film premiere where the fans stand and get a good spot. I once got a handband for the Star Wars premiere, and I got a good spot. It wasn't the best spot, but it was a good spot. I got to see all the Star Wars cast, the original cast, Harrison Ford and Luke Skywalker. I don't know his real name, I'm sorry. Then there was Leia Organa, and Chewbacca was there, the original, the real man who dresses up as Chewbacca. Then there was C-3PO and R2-D2 at the film premiere of Star Wars. That film premiere took place at the Leicester Square, which is famous for film premieres. BFI Southbank is not famous for the film premieres. I think because there were some construction works going on at the Leicester Square with one of the cinemas razed down to the ground, and I think it's been rebuilt or something. I don't know the update to that cinema. But because of that, the film premieres, they shifted to the BFI Southbank. And of course, there's another location, the Royal Albert Hall, where the James Bond movie No Time to Die and the movie before it, and I think Skyfall also got its premiere at the Royal Albert Hall. It's a very historic hall. I've been there at the Eric Clapton concert. Thank you all for joining. I see 12 people have joined. Now there are 10. It's okay. I don't know who these people are. I mean, they are most probably VIP guests. And the other people who are making their way into the BFI Southbank would most probably be those who have already bought the tickets to the special screening of Elvis. Kindly subscribe to my channel and support me by liking this video and sharing it. This is the live red carpet treatment for...
She plays Elvis's wife Priscilla in the film.
Yes.
Please give a warm London welcome to Olivia Dejonge.
Olivia Dejonge is now here at the BFI Southbank as we speak, giving autographs and taking selfies with fans, giving autographs. Looks like a very, very wet day in London today. She needs to be careful with her dress. This isn't Cannes. Cannes is more sunny than London. I'll choose Cannes at any time. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Oops, the cameraman was everywhere. Selfie time. I hope you guys are enjoying. Posing for the press photographers, Olivia Dejonge right now. Olivia Dejonge posing for the press photographers at the BFI Southbank in London, central London to be exact. Olivia Dejonge is on the screens right now doing the over-the-shoulder pose for the photographers. That's the pose the press photographers like the most. Austin Butler is here now.
Please welcome to the red carpet, Austin Butler.
Austin Butler in London right now at BFI Southbank, giving autographs. Olivia Dejonge posing for the press photographers in front of the huge Elvis banner.
Welcome, one of the producers.
Let's
of
listen to
film.
Shyla
How are you
Weiss,
feeling
the
tonight, Skylar?
producer of the movie.
It's been the most thrilling night. This is the culmination of a 5-year journey for us to make this film, and you only make movies so that people can see them. So to bring it here to London tonight is just absolutely thrilling.
Do you know, you've worked with Bazz in the past. Why do you think that he is the person to bring this movie to the big screen?
What I love about working with Bazz for almost 20 years now is that Bazz has the ability to tell these stories that are somehow timeless, but also really speak to the moment that we're in. And I hope that people find that with Elvis, in that there is this kind of eternal story of an icon, the man behind an icon, but also something that speaks to where we're at right now by looking at America in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, and also such a meteoric rise to fame. I think that's very much in the culture right now.
This was definitely a labor of love. You know, you speak about it being a 5-year journey. Why do you think now is the right time that people hear the story of Elvis?
Well, I think first of all, I think it's a great time for people to hear the story of Elvis because of what we were just talking about how his own journey through America in the 20th century is so relevant right now to what we're going through culturally. But I also think it's a great time for people to get back to the movies and see a huge cinematic spectacle with music and color and drama that is best enjoyed in a big theater with a lot of people. So that feels like the time for this.
This is a big film. What was the biggest challenge making this happen?
I think the scale of the film, to make a film of this scale at any time would be challenging, but particularly over the years that we made it, being knocked back by COVID and coming back to complete the movie, just it's such a testament to the dedication of everyone in front of and behind the camera that the show is here today.
You know, it's such a thrilling story, and I think people who don't know much about Elvis will learn a lot, but, you know, we know his music. So what do you think it is about Elvis and his voice and what he created that has allowed that to stand the test of time?
Elvis has the most extraordinary voice, and he's such an exquisite performer. But I think creatively, he's kind of a prism in that he drew in so many different influences from around him and then radiated those out, and his influence lives on today. So with the music of the film, we've both been able to show so much of the origins of rock and roll and what Elvis absorbed from Big Mama Thornton and Sister Rosetta Tharpe and B.B. King and Little Richard. But we also have contemporary music in a very Bazz way that shows how Elvis still permeates music artists around us right now.
Well, congratulations on the film and enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for correcting me, Langton McComb. Luke Bracey plays the role of Jerry Schilling. Thank you for correcting me there. That's Austin Butler on the screen right now giving autographs and taking selfies with fans. She looks like a real fan. The other people before her, they were just there for the autographs to, you know, later sell them on eBay and other stuff. Other places, I mean. Austin Butler on the screen right now plays the role of Elvis Presley. Austin Butler says in a Variety article that his body began shutting down after wrapping them up and had to go to hospitalization for 1 week. I mean, the real Elvis was doing this as a job. It was his job. He did that. He did the dancing and the wriggling all his life. And not once did he get hospitalized for doing all that. But Austin Butler, as we see on the screen, had to be hospitalized after maybe the end of the filming, which would have taken many months. It's a hard job performing as Elvis Presley himself. Must be a hard job. He's waving to the fans. I think they are somewhere upstairs, somewhere on the higher levels. Elvis Presley songs are playing in the back. Austin Butler posing in front of the Elvis banner for the press photographers. Posing for the press photographers right now is Austin Butler, who plays the role of Elvis Presley. This movie had a red carpet treatment not that long ago at the Cannes Film Festival, at the 75th edition of it.
Taking on the role of Sister Rosetta Tharpe, please give a huge welcome to Yola!
Yola made her way onto the red carpet. She plays the role of Sister Rosetta Tharpe. This is Sister Rosetta Tharpe, a role played by Yola, posing for the press photographers right now. She didn't waste her time giving autographs and taking selfies with the fans. Yola posing in front of the press photographers. She's being led to the Elvis banner. Makeup time. Thank you all for joining in this live London premiere of Elvis, starring Austin Butler as Elvis Presley, Tom Hanks as the manager of Elvis Presley, Colonel Tom Parker, and Olivia Dejonge, who plays the role of Elvis Presley's wife, Priscilla Presley. Yola is on the screen right now, posing for the press photographers. Yola plays the role of Sister Rosetta Tharpe in the movie Elvis, directed by Bazz Luhrmann. Yola is posing for the photographers at the BFI Southbank, where the Elvis movie is getting its red carpet treatment right now, live from screening of Elvis in BFI.
Please welcome to the red carpet one of the film's producers. It's Gail Berman.
Gail Vernon, one of the film producers, is here. Gail Berman. Gail Berman is one of the producers of this movie. There are 9 producers of this movie, which include Rory Coslow, Bazz Luhrmann, who is also the director, Catherine Martin, Kevin McCormick, Patrick McCormick, Andrew Mittman, Courtney Valenti, and Shyla Wise. All these producers might be making their way onto the red carpet today. If not all, some of them would, of course.
He's the man responsible for bringing Elvis to the big screen.
Bazz Luhrmann is here.
Award-winning director, producer, and co-writer. It's Bazz Luhrmann on the red carpet.
Bazz Luhrmann is here, giving autographs to fans, and would all, of course, be taking selfies with all of them. Not all of them, but some of them. Bazz Luhrmann has also directed Moulin Rouge in the past, which starred Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman. It was also a very successful movie.
Please give a warm welcome to the Oscar and BAFTA award-winning producer, production designer, and costume designer. It's Catherine Martin.
Baz Luhrmann looks like a very, very happy man. He's got his own style, I think. And I've heard that he's very peculiar with the fashion. So that's why he's looking very, very fashionable. He might also be wearing the Elvis belt, which he was wearing at the Cannes Film Festival. He was quite happy to be wearing that belt. One of the VIP guests, or I must say one of the celebrities who will be attending the special screening of Elvis at BFI Southbank. Bazz Luhrmann now making his way to be photographed by the press photographers. Okay, Bazz Luhrmann is making his way onto the main Elvis banner, as we can see in the back. Yes, Bazz Luhrmann. Bazz Luhrmann on the red carpet of Elvis. Yes, he's wearing that belt. You can see that he is wearing that Elvis belt. He is showing it to everyone. This is the belt he was wearing at the Cannes Film Festival, where the red carpet took place of this movie, Elvis. He's standing like a cowboy. Bazz Luhrmann posing with one of the producers of the movie Elvis. People don't look that excited. I think because I've seen the red carpet at Cannes, the Cannes red carpet looked very, very exciting. Tom Hanks is here. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is not wasting his time by giving autographs and taking selfies. He's making his way onto the red carpet. He's grown old for all that, I think. Tom Hanks posing for the press photographers. Bazz Luhrmann will join Tom Hanks to be photographed with by the press photographers. The fans are asking Tom Hanks to come to them and get a selfie taken. I don't think Tom Hanks wants to do that. Tom Hanks now making his way to the Elvis banner. Jerry Schilling, Luke Bracey, let's hear him talk.
Hello, darling. How you doing, Luke?
I'm very well, thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Do you know what? Can you start by telling us a little bit about Jerry Schilling and how he fits into Elvis Presley's story?
Yeah, Jerry was an old friend of Elvis's from childhood and kind of went with him throughout his life, and maybe one of the few people that didn't want anything from him and had no real ulterior motives besides being his mate. And what a great quality in a person. He was just a good friend, and it's a nice person to play.
What was it like for you for the movie getting such high praise from Jerry himself at Cannes?
A relief. When you play someone that's going to see it, you hope they like it. But
The seal of approval.
yeah, I'm happy now. If Jerry likes it, all my worries have been abated.
What is the one thing that you hope audiences take away from Elvis's story, this story that you've chosen to tell in this movie? Big question.
It's hard to take one thing away from it. You know, his kind of legacy and everything that he brought from his childhood all the way through is quite an amazing story. And I don't know, I hope everyone just enjoys it and sees the kind of amazing showman and person that he was for the first time.
Well, congratulations on an amazing film. Thank you for speaking to me, and there are definitely some fans waiting for more autographs.
Thank you.
Go ahead and enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Have a good one.
That was Luke Bracey, who played the role of Jerry Schilling, the best friend of Elvis Presley. Bazz Luhrmann still standing in front of the Elvis banner, getting his photos taken by the press photographers. Austin Butler is still on the red carpet. I thought he had gone inside. That's a lot of style. Bazz Luhrmann has a lot of style. Tom Hanks, let's hear him talk.
It's hard to speak to him because the whole crowd are screaming for Tom Hanks. Tom, everyone on the planet knows about Elvis, right? Everyone on the planet.
Well, some people have learned about Elvis from their nana.
We met
What?
yesterday. That was a
That's
secret,
all right.
Tom. It was a
That's
secret.
all right. That's all right.
But you know, you play potentially a lesser known character in The Colonel. What can you tell us about him?
Colonel Tom Parker was a diabolical genius. Maybe he was a crook, maybe he was an angel from heaven. But as he once said about Elvis Presley, last year, my boy Elvis had $1 million worth of talent. This year, my boy Elvis has $1 million. So you figure out which is the better way of doing things.
What was it like working with Austin and seeing him embody the role of Elvis?
Because we shot this movie during COVID, we never saw each other at the beginning of the day.
No way.
We never had that moment where actors are having coffee and sitting in the trailer going, what'd you do last night? How was the karaoke party you went to? How's that spaghetti place you ate? What are the lines that we're saying today? We never got to do that. He was always in this other dressing room. So I, like hundreds of extras every day, was waiting for Elvis to enter the building.
Ah.
And when he did, you could not take your eyes off of him.
Why do you think now, Tom, is the right time for people to see this movie? And why was Bazz Luhrmann the guy to make it?
Bazz Luhrmann does not make movies. He makes assaults on the senses. He makes grand operas, and grand operas need a big theme. They need a big character. And I think if you take the combination of the maximalist filmmaker that Bazz is and the incredible place that Elvis Presley had in the culture of all of Western society, it's a match made in heaven. And the wise thing that Bazz did is have me in the movie as Colonel Tom Parker. So it all works out as far as I'm concerned.
It all
That's
works
good.
out, and thank you for making it. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming, everybody. It's a little cold. It's a little cold.
My legs are shaking.
That was Tom Hanks, the legend, who plays the role of Colonel Tom Parker, the manager of Elvis, who made him the king of rock. Olivia Dejonge can be seen. Okay, I know this guy. That's Paul Chaudhry. Paul Chaudhry. Okay, Gail Berman, the producer, will be talking now. Let's listen to him.
Congratulations on an amazing movie.
Thank you so much.
Just talk right up to the mic for me. If you talk right up to it. No, you're fine. Look, if you talk right, put it right up.
Thank you so much.
That's better. Why did you, or how did you first get involved in this project?
Well, we had the idea to bring this icon to Bazz. Really, it was about Bazz. What could Bazz do with Elvis? And really, that's what started the whole thing.
What was it about this story that made you want to put it on the big screen, though?
Because I think we needed to re-explore this man, a great American showman, singer, and character, and we wanted to be able to re-examine what made him so great and not the caricature that he's evolved into.
The last thing I wanted to ask you was, what do you hope the audience takes away from it?
I hope they take away the humanity and spirituality of the man, and obviously his extraordinary talent.
An extraordinary wardrobe.
I know, thanks to Catherine Martin, of course,
Of
the great
course.
Catherine Martin.
Thank you so much for joining me, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.
That was one of the producers, Gail Berman. Gail Berman, one of the producers. There are some people on the roofs. Olivia Dejonge is here. Let's listen to her now.
Olivia,
Hello.
welcome to this special screening of Elvis. How does it feel to finally be here?
Oh my goodness, it's been a whirlwind 3 years, and I'm so incredibly happy and so grateful to be here.
Tell us about how you got involved in the project.
I put down a self-tape like I guess everybody else did, and I sort of sent it off, and a couple of months passed. I didn't really think much of it, and I was sitting at dinner with my agents, and we got the text message saying that I got the job. So it was crazy and very, crazy.
Dessert must have tasted sweet that day.
Yes, absolutely. That and some wine.
Did you ever get the chance to meet Priscilla before you got involved in the role?
No, not before we started. It just didn't, with COVID and everything, it didn't really work out that way. But since then, obviously, she's shown great support for the role, and she came to Cannes with us, and we're very, very excited to have her.
How important was it for you to try to embody who she really is when it came to tackling this role?
For sure. I mean, I think that is entirely what I wanted to do. I think, it's very easy to remember women in history as these sort of two-dimensional beauty figures. But for me, it was just important to play a girl that was in sort of an impossible situation, loving an impossible man.
I think that's a perfect way to put it.
Absolutely.
And, she has been so supportive of your portrayal of her.
Yes.
How did it feel when you read those tweets and when you saw that she actually approves?
It really meant the world. I can't tell you the sort of anxiety that I was feeling leading up, knowing that she would watch the film. So to have her approval and to have her love for everybody involved, really, it meant everything.
And what was it like to be directed by the legendary Bazz Luhrmann?
I mean, Bazz is incredible. His energy is unmatched. He is a spectacular human being. He's so inclusive, very encouraging. I had so much fun on this job, and I wish I could do it all over again.
And of course, you got super close to one Austin Butler, playing your husband, Elvis Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
What was it like working so closely together?
I mean, he's such a dedicated actor, and I think to watch somebody transform like that up close is really such a masterclass. Being in scenes and getting in the ring with somebody like that and being able to bring these people to life in a way on screen really was really special, and I'm so proud of him and all the work that he's done, and it's all paying off 100 times over.
Well, you should be proud of yourself as well, because this film is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And enjoy your evening.
Thank you very, very much.
That was Olivia Dejonge, who plays the role of Priscilla Presley, wife of Elvis Presley. Priscilla Presley herself was at the Cannes Film Festival red carpet of Elvis nearly a week ago. She was in Cannes for the red carpet treatment of Elvis. The Cannes Film Festival had its 75th edition this year, that is 2022. Luke Bracey giving autographs and taking selfies with his fans, having the time of his life right now. The red carpet looks busy now. compared to like maybe 20 minutes ago. Luke Bracey giving autographs and taking selfies. Catherine Martin is here, one of the producers. Let's listen her talk.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Excited, thrilled to be showing London Elvis.
It's so amazing. Do you know, one may say that you had one of the toughest jobs on this production because Elvis is known. I think the whole cast are known for their outfits. What was it that attracted you to this story?
Well, I think it was Bazz's vision of telling a story that was bigger than a biopic, and also just the humanization, if that's a word, of an icon. And yes, I love the idea that we were telling a story that was about a larger and more universal story.
Can you talk to us about some of the incredible costumes in the film? How did you even start recreating some of those iconic outfits?
Well, I've been talking a lot to people about that today, and fundamentally we discovered early on that just to replicate the costume slavishly kind of sucked the soul out of Elvis. It made him into a caricature. So it was really interesting finding the intersection of Elvis and Austin.
You know, the recreation of the Vegas shows and the 68 comeback special are like chef's kiss. They are spot on. Which sequence did you most enjoy bringing back to life?
I think all of them, because every time that you saw a kind of a costume come to life on Austin and all of the cast for the first time, it was just absolutely breathtaking.
Well, you made breathtaking costumes, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Very well done.
Thank you.
That was Catherine Martin, one of the producers and costume designer for this movie. Bazz Luhrmann is still going around giving autographs to his fans. Bazz Luhrmann is on the red carpet getting swarmed by the press photographers and the fans alike. As I said some time ago, Priscilla Presley herself was in Cannes at the 75th edition of Cannes Film Festival, where she took part in the red carpet of this movie, Elvis, directed by Bazz Luhrmann. This is the special screening of Elvis taking place at the BFI Southbank. I mean, the special screening will take place after the red carpet. Bazz Luhrmann still giving autographs, swarmed by the press photographers and fans. She looks happy. She looks very happy. The special screening will take place at the BFI Southbank. This location is the British Film Institute, Southbank, in central London, the capital of the world. Yola is here. Let's listen to her talk.
Can we just take a moment for the dress, please? Thank you. Yola, tell us a bit about your character, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and how she fits into Elvis's story.
So a lot of people aren't as familiar with Sister Rosetta Tharpe as they could be, given that she invented rock and roll. I know, it's crazy. You don't know who invented rock and roll. You don't know the person who was the first person to distort the guitar sound to make it sound rocky. The first person, when they were soloing, to bend strings and break the rules. Number one, she was a queer black woman from the South. And she invented all of the aesthetics that we now take hilariously for granted. And so Elvis used to run home from school to listen to her play on the radio. And he grew up a fan and influenced by her sound, as did BB. She discovered Little Richard. And so she also was discovering so many artists that we then call the vanguard of rock and roll. So she's really not just the inventor, but then this wonderful supporting role for all the people to be touring and to be known.
Those are really big shoes to fill. Why do you think, or what do you think, should I say, audiences should, could, and will take away from this examination of Elvis's story?
Elvis the man. That seems like the thing that it's very easy to miss. I'm a musical artist. My name's Yola. And what I do is I sing and I play songs. And you're seen so often as superhuman. And also, just as a black woman, frankly, you're seen as superhuman regardless of what you're doing. And so that idea of telling a human story of someone that's seen as so beyond human is what we get. And I think it's an important thing to see and to realize that everyone, regardless of how fantastical they are, has a human side that needs tending to.
Well, you look incredible, and you are incredible in this film. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
You've got more autographs to sign. You're in demand.
I can't even walk these cobbles. I'll tell you right now, sweetie, you, and you lot, none of it. None of it. If I get out of here alive, I'm looking. All right?
Thank you, Yola.
That was Yola, who plays the role of Sister Rosetta Tharpe. And those were some interesting facts she shared, that Sister Rosetta Tharpe introduced rock and roll. She was the one who, I think the word Yola used was invent. Now they know they are on screen. They should watch this live streaming. Austin Butler is here. Let's listen to him talk.
Austin Butler, aka Mr. Presley. How does it feel being here tonight?
What'd you say?
How does it feel being here tonight?
It feels so magical being here tonight. And the fact that you guys are all here, this is amazing. We worked so hard on this film, and it's been a part of my life now for about 3 years. So the fact that we finally get to share it feels like magic.
Where did you even start when it came to taking on the iconic role of Elvis Presley?
It felt like climbing Mount Everest. You know, you got to take it one step at a time. I soaked in everything that I could, and at the core of it all, I was just trying to find his humanity as much as I could.
What helped you get into character?
It was him. It was reading every book on his life and watching every frame of footage that existed and listening to every interview that he ever did. And and then obsessing for 2 years and doing nothing else. So it feels good to finally get to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like working so closely with the legend that is Tom Hanks?
Yeah, Tom is a king. He really is. He's just the best. Is there anybody better than him? I love him to death.
And what about being directed by the visionary that is Bazz Luhrmann?
Bazz is one of my favorite people on this planet. I'm so honored that he chose me to be on this journey with him, and we had an absolute blast getting to do this for the last couple of years.
Is it safe to say that one of the funnest things was getting to wear all of the costumes? Because you wear some corkers in this film.
Yeah, I mean, that was really fun. Getting to wear a jumpsuit or a full leather look, it felt great.
Sweating a little bit.
Sweating a bit.
What was your favorite?
I don't have just one. I really like the black leather, and I love the white jumpsuit. That was one, yeah.
And Elvis is the best-selling solo artist of all time. This is a big one, and no pressure because loads of fans are here. But if you had to pick your favorite record of Elvis's, what would it be?
I cannot just.
I know you can't.
I can't. Would you have a favorite?
No, I'm gonna say Hound Dog because of the way you performed it in the film.
Wow.
Because of well done.
Thank you very much.
And finally, how excited are you for the fans to finally see this film?
I can't even put into words how excited I am. It's been such a long time coming, and I'm so excited that people are finally going to get to see it.
Well, you're incredible. Congratulations. And please enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.
That was Austin Butler, who plays the role of Elvis Presley in the movie Elvis, directed by Bazz Luhrmann. And these fans are really happy. They are happy to meet Austin Butler. Bazz Luhrmann is on the screen talking with one of maybe the news channels. They are playing Elvis songs in the back. I hope I don't get into trouble with the copyright stuff on YouTube, which is a hassle to go through, to be honest. Without YouTube, I won't be here. This won't be shown to anybody. So special thanks to YouTube. Austin Butler giving autographs to his fans and taking selfies. So many people asking for autographs. Having a little word with the fans. People waving at the camera because they know they are in the frame. Selfie time. Autograph time now. This is the red carpet to Elvis, taking place at the British Film Institute in central London right now as we speak. The fans are all over him. Austin Butler giving autographs. Elvis, the movie, is directed by Bazz Luhrmann, which stars Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker, who is the manager of Elvis Presley, including Olivia Dejonge, who plays the role of Priscilla Presley, the wife of Elvis Presley. Priscilla Presley was at the red carpet treatment of Elvis at Cannes Film Festival. This year, the 75th edition of the Cannes Film Festival took place. Bazz Luhrmann, the director, is here. Let's listen to him
Hello,
talk.
Bazz Luhrmann.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Inca.
Thank you for taking the time to join me. I know that a lot of people are waiting for your autograph. I saw you signing a couple of backs when you first got here. How does it feel to show your film to the world?
You know, it was such a struggle to make the film during COVID, and I was so gifted to have Tom, but also to find Austin. But when we were in Cannes, and Austin came on and performed in the leather suit moment, I've been in Cannes since I was 29. They broke out into crazy applause, and it went so long I couldn't hear the dialogue.
12 minutes,
Yeah,
standing ovation.
It was kind of far out, and I can't work out whether it's Austin or Elvis, but there's some beautiful magic about the spirit of the man that Austin is channeling, and that's I think the best one can hope for.
What inspired you to tell Elvis's story?
Well, you know, to me, it's as much about America in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, but also about the balance between selling, commercialism, and art and truth. And Elvis represents the spiritual and the truth, and the Colonel represents the sell. And when the sell gets bigger than the truth, then you're in a lot of trouble, and you end up with a tragedy. So it has great beauty, but great tragedy as well.
What was it like having Priscilla and Elvis's family not only watch the film, but love it so much?
You know, the Presleys haven't been connected to the film, and you know, Austin, that man there in the white jacket, and that man there in the white jacket. No, I said that man there in the white jacket. And I have never been more nervous than when we had to wait to see Priscilla see the movie. And I was in the air, and I texted and said, what did she think of the film? And there was a female security guard who was crying. The security guard was crying. I said, what's wrong? And she left, and she said, no, she's in such an emotional state. And she wrote me a letter, which I will never forget. But one line she said about Austin is, she said, if my husband was here today, he would say, hot damn, you are me. And that was the greatest review we could ever hope to get.
Well, congratulations, and please enjoy your night and enjoy the family.
Oh, well, and just one other thing, you know, Elvis was a very shy guy, and so am I.
Yes. The Elvis belt.
Yeah, I wear the belt to bed. It's my pajamas, actually. Anyway, I'll come down and sign some stuff if you want.
Thank you, Bazz. Thank you
so much.
That was Bazz Luhrmann, the director of Elvis, in his special belt. The Elvis belt, which he also wore at the Cannes Film Festival. Still getting his selfies taken.
Well, that is all we have time for here at the BFI Southbank at this very special
Okay, the red carpet is now finishing.
Now, the film is out in cinemas on June 24th.
Movie will be out on the 24th or the 25th of June.
I'll leave you with some of the highlights from tonight's event. It was star-studded. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Let's go through the highlights then. These are the highlights of the red carpet, which took place a few seconds ago. Bazz Luhrmann made an appearance, the director of Elvis, including Austin Butler, that is Luke Bracey, who plays the role of Jerry Schilling, the best friend of Elvis in the movie Elvis. Also, Tom Hanks made an appearance at the red carpet, including Olivia Dejonge and Yola, who plays the role of Sister Rosetta Tharpe. This is Luke Bracey. Those are one of the producers of the movie Elvis, posing for the cameras, the press photographers. Olivia Dejonge also made an appearance, as we can see on the screens, at the red carpet of Elvis at the British Film Institute in Southbank, central London, United Kingdom, getting her selfies taken. Posing for the press photographers now, doing the over-the-shoulder pose for the press photographers. Now she's in front of the Elvis banner, the huge Elvis banner. That's the over-the-shoulder pose that the photographers love the most. Austin Butler now made an appearance at the Elvis film premiere, the red carpet treatment for the movie Elvis, in which he plays Elvis Presley himself. This red carpet is for the special screening of Elvis, directed by Bazz Luhrmann. Austin Butler in front of the Elvis banner, the huge Elvis banner, posing for the press photographers. That's a nice suit that Austin Butler was wearing. That's a nice outfit. That's Yola, who plays the role of Sister Rosetta Tharpe, posing for the press photographers now. These are the highlights of the red carpet of the movie Elvis, which just took place. Posing for the cameras, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, a role played by Yola. She is one of the producers of the film, Gail Berman. Gail Berman also made an appearance at the Elvis red carpet. She is also one of the producers, and I think she is also the costume designer. Catherine, I think her name is Catherine. Bazz Luhrmann, the director on the screens. Bazz Luhrmann is the director of Elvis. Posing for selfies with the fans. Yes, Cindy Pfeiffer. Elvis has always been my favorite, and I hope the movie portrays him as the beautiful soul he was. I agree. I hope the movie does justice with Elvis Presley, the king of rock. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks made his way on the red carpet, posing for the photographers. We can see he has grown old. He didn't give autographs or take selfies with the fans. He's too old for all that. Check out the belt that Bazz Luhrmann is wearing, the Elvis belt. He wore the same belt at the Cannes Film Festival where the red carpet treatment for the movie Elvis took place a few days ago. That was the 75th edition of Cannes Film Festival. Tom Hanks and Austin Butler both standing together. Tom Hanks is a big name in Hollywood. Check out the link in the description if you want to watch any of the Tom Hanks movies, which are available on Amazon Prime. Check out the links in the description. Kindly subscribe to my channel too. This was the red carpet treatment of Elvis, the movie, telling the story of how Elvis Presley became Elvis Presley, the king of rock. The red carpet stream has now finished. If you enjoyed this, kindly like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. More entertainment news and my live reaction to film premieres will come up in the future. Goodbye for now. Bye.